Hi there. So today I want to talk a little bit about being gluten-free and living a gluten-free lifestyle. There are many, many different varieties of being gluten-free. There's all the way on one spectrum, like Kevin, my husband, who he chooses to be gluten-free because if he eats a few days in a row of gluten or any wheat and a lot of grains, then he just feels kind of icky. And so he chooses to not eat gluten because it makes him feel better on a daily basis. So about 90% of the time, he doesn't eat gluten. Then you have all the way on the other side of the spectrum, like my friend Allison, who has celiac, and she cannot eat gluten because it will make her bedridden sick for a week just from cross-contamination, which means that if someone cooks or makes something with flour or wheat on a surface and then makes her food on top of that surface without properly cleaning it, then she will be sick and very, very sick. And so I think a lot of people don't quite understand that. That those people with that, it's a disease and it's really, really can make them, feel horrible and like I said, be bedridden for a week or two or whatever at a time. And then you have people like me, somewhere in the middle, who I definitely have a reaction. But I stopped eating gluten about 15 years ago. And one of these days I'll go into exactly why I decided to not eat gluten. But I stopped eating it and I started to feel better. And yes, I now get a reaction to gluten if there's a lot of cross-contamination or something crazy happening. And it just makes me feel really sick. It makes me look about 6 months pregnant, and I end up, I take activated charcoal, and it takes me about 3 to 5 days or so to start to feel better. Actually, about 2 weeks ago, I had a really bad experience with gluten. We went to a restaurant where we go all the time. I've probably been there 25 times, and I order pretty much the exact same thing, a salad with chicken on top. And I, again, ordered the same thing, and after I ate it, I started to have like this fogginess, this just kind of like icky feeling. And as the night went on, about 5 hours later, I looked 6 months pregnant and my stomach was hard and I just felt pains in my stomach and I felt really, really bad and just tired and icky and ugh. And I felt that way for about 5 days. And so that I knew I had some gluten reaction, but I didn't know where it was from. And that is what gave me really, really bad anxiety to eat there again, which I knew we were going to have to do the next week. Normally, if I have some sort of gluten reaction, it's because of my own stupidity and something that I did or, ate that I should have known had cross-contamination. Because unless it's bad, I usually am okay with I haven't had a lot of issues at restaurants very much because I really, really try to explain to the waitresses and people that I have a gluten reaction. And so when we went back there the next week, I took the waitress aside and explained to her what had happened to me the week before and how I was having this anxiety to order this salad again that I have ordered 25 times before, and had no problem with. And so she very, very nicely helped to accommodate me and made me feel better about it. And I ate it, and I ate it 2 days in a row, and I had no reaction. Everything was fine. And they took extra measures to make sure that it was gluten-free. But, for every one experience like that, I have 10 experiences where I go to a restaurant and I order a burger, say, and I make sure no bun. I tell them I have a gluten reaction, so, anything they can do to help cross-contamination, I greatly appreciate. And we only go to places that, usually accommodate for those types of things. And And I always, they'll accidentally, mess up the order or, miscommunication between the kitchen and the waitress or waiter or whatever. And so they'll come out with a burger with a bun on it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but, I can't eat the bun. And they'll be like, oh, that's fine. I'll just take off the bun and you can eat the burger. Well, no, I can't, because that will make me sick. I know that will make me sick. And I get the look of, oh, geez, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, because they don't understand the difference between Kevin and myself and Allison. And like I said, there's a ton of, different variations between all the spectrums. And I think it's really, really important for people to understand that. So the next time you come into contact with someone who says they're gluten-free, respect that and ask them, what's your story? Why are you gluten-free? Whatever. Most people are really willing to tell you. But, I think that the understanding that there are many, many different shades of it. And some people get really, really sick. And some people, that's the way they're choosing to live their lifestyle because they feel better that way. And so I think that it's really important that you respect that. One more quick thing I want to talk about is gluten-free treats. If you have the idea that you want to lose weight, lose fat, tone up, any of those types of things, and you're eating a ton of gluten-free treats, paleo treats, primal treats, whatever treats, they are treats. And definitely you should treat them as such, because if you're eating gluten-free waffles, gluten-free pasta, gluten-free breads, gluten-free cookies on a regular basis, and you're not getting to the results or goals that you want to achieve, that is why. I have people all the time who struggle to understand that, because now gluten-free is out there and it's a little bit more accessible than it used to be, which is amazing, but also can be harmful when you're trying to get and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So I'm not saying you can't ever have treats, but they should be treats. Last night when we went to Whole Foods, Lakin wanted a gluten-free cookie. Yeah, okay. I bought a whole box. But I only gave him one, and I ate one, and Kevin ate one, and I'm not going to eat any today. I mean, it's a treat, because I know that my goals are better reached not eating a ton of treats, whether they're gluten-free, paleo, primal, whatever, keto, whatever is out there, they are still treats. So I hope this gives you a little bit of insight about living a gluten-free lifestyle, why I live a gluten-free lifestyle, while Kevin does, while our family does. I'm actually going to do some videos on gluten-free kids and some of the struggles, especially since Lakin's in daycare. It's sometimes a struggle, and some of the insights that I can hopefully help you with there as well. But if you have any questions about living a gluten-free lifestyle or any way I can help, even if it doesn't include gluten-free living, let me know, because I'm here to help, and I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon.